I'm going to say something that might stink a little, but you need to hear this before you post anything else. If your offer is good and the clients who are working with you are getting insane results, if you have previously invested in any kind of messaging masterclasses or courses, in visibility, in content and learning all of this, but sales still aren't compounding, it's not consistent, or you get a result for, a couple of days, but then things get back to the usual low level, it is not because your work is not brilliant. This is not a you issue. It is your positioning. And more specifically, it's not a revenue-led positioning. Hi everyone, welcome here. My name is Marina, if you still don't know me. I work with coaches and business owners, entrepreneurs who want to scale to millions using sustainable messaging and sales strategies. And the revenue-led positioning is one of my signature strategies that helped a lot of my clients, myself including, to make consistent high-ticket sales. This is how a client of mine went from around 20K months to 71K months in less than 60 days of applying this revenue-led positioning. Another client of mine who was just posting signed a client 15 minutes after he posted one piece of content that was adjusted with this revenue-led positioning that I'm going to talk about today. Another client signed 25 people in her first online offer and had 15 more people on a waiting list for the second round. And many other cases using this revenue-led positioning way before I name it like that. I have been signing my 3K clients, 5K clients, 15K clients in less than 15 minutes. So welcome everyone. I'm going to talk about this topic since it's huge. I'm seeing tons of content and positioning that is totally vague and you deserve to know this. But before I continue, let me know who is here. Send me some emojis. Tell me, where are you from? Where are you watching me from? Do you hear me well? Do you see me well? And give me a second. Do you hear me well? Give me a second to share this live inside my success circle. If you're not there yet, welcome. This is my private community. It's a free community. You can connect with all the incredible coaches and entrepreneurs who are inside of it. You can share your value content. You can also promote for free. So this is an incredible space to be. If you're not there yet, just comment Success Circle and I'm going to send you the link. Okay, let me just share this. Everyone, I'm not seeing your comments while you're live. I see we have 7 people watching. Hi everyone, but I don't see your comments usually and I'm going back through them once the live is over. So let me know who is here, where are you from, what is your niche, are you a coach, or what kind of coaching business do you have? And I'm excited to talk to you about this. Just a second so I can share the live and make sure. Okay, give me a second, please. And I'm going to show you because this is huge. And unfortunately, the online space is teaching you to post and to use identity-led positioning, which is for another stage of your business. And in most of the cases, you need to build your revenue-led positioning as a business asset because this is not a you problem. So let me dive deep and talk about more specifically about what revenue-led positioning is and how you can understand if you are having this revenue-led positioning or you're using identity-led positioning. And this is probably why you're not making as many sales, daily sales, as you wish and you actually deserve to make. So most of the positioning today, and what I'm seeing when I'm checking, especially people who are in the success circle and when they are requesting to join, and I'm checking people's profiles, who they are, what they do, etc. And I'm rarely seeing very clear revenue-led positioning that makes me say, yes, I want to be in this space because this is exactly what I need right now. So most positioning today is built around identity or very vague, generic I help statements. This to your buyer, honestly, is repelling. Oftentimes, the messaging, the content, the offer positioning is so vague and generic that your buyer, honestly, I'm not here to sugarcoat things because I don't want you to waste 6 more months on this, but honestly, your buyer doesn't give a damn about that. They scroll, they don't even stop the scroll because your messaging and your positioning is not giving them any idea who this is for, what is going to change, how your offer is the only solution for them. And this is what they want to know, that your offer is relating exactly to their current situation, their urgent needs, and the transformation they are looking for. But oftentimes your content and your positioning is not relating to this. There is no clear outcome. What is happening when they join your offer and after that? Revenue-led positioning is built around decision architecture. And those are not the same things. If you have been watching my posts, my lives for weeks, nodding, thinking this is exactly what I need, but you are still not moving, this part is especially for you. Because agreeing and seeing what's capping your income, hi everyone, hi, doesn't scale a business, doesn't make more sales. Deciding and doing the work is making sales. Action takers have results. And if your positioning is identity-based, aka it focuses on who you are, who you serve, your story, your values, your niche, and especially you're putting this under connection threads, like promote yourself threads in different groups, but you're not putting this on your business page and profile and making it clear, how does your offer solve a very specific need and transforms your client's life and or situation, you're wasting your time. And while who you are, who you serve, your story, your personal experiences, your values and your niche are all important for your brand, for your long-term positioning as a coach, and they are growing your business and they are building connections, relying on this alone is not what is going to make you sales. None of that guarantees a buying decision for your specific offer. Let me know who is here. Hi. Unfortunately, I cannot see who is here, who is watching. Say hello in the comments. Let me know if this is related to you, if you find yourself in any of these situations that I'm describing. So none of this is going to guarantee a buying decision for your specific offer. Your messaging and your positioning often doesn't speak to the buyer's needs, objections that they have, and the transformation of a situation that they are currently experiencing. And there is no urgency shown to the person who is reading your content. And this is so common. Like, I feel even if I speak about this every single day, it will not be enough, literally. Let me put a little bit of lipstick because I don't like how this looks. So this is so common. I literally see this every single day. Okay, now I have a little bit of color. So I see it more than you can imagine. I see people in my community daily with my clients. Almost every client who comes to me needs adjustment of the offer positioning. And I have seen this with literally hundreds and hundreds of clients. Even people who are already making consistent sales often need adjustment of the offer positioning, especially if it is a high ticket offer. I have seen clients who make like 150 to 100K per year when they have the capacity to make 500K months because their offer is under-positioned. And that is so painful to watch, if I have to be very honest, because you're brilliant, you have the capacity, and then you're undercharging and you're over-delivering in 5K offers that should be costing 25K. And you should be making 3 to 5 times more money. But because of this blunt positioning, that is not revenue-led, you are losing, you're leaving money on the table, and that is costing you so much time, effort, money, whatever it comes to your mind. So the people, like the businesses with a clear offer positioning, are very few from what I'm seeing on a daily basis, including hundreds of people who are submitting posts in the success circle every single day. You cannot imagine, like, it's totally unclear. I cannot say what your offer is, what are you doing, how this is going to transform my life. You're posting motivational content, you're posting like something just to cross that you post it, and this is where it ends. I can count like literally on the fingers on my hand businesses and coaches who have a very clear, strong revenue-led offer positioning. And this, I'm not saying you this to brag or to make someone feel judged. This is for you to become aware what instantly needs to change. Because this is the reality. I'm not a mentor or a coach who is going to sugarcoat things to make you feel better when this asset is leaking hundreds of thousands of euros every single month. And that is why sales feel slow or on the low end. And you have normalized a very low level of income when you have the capacity and you should be making 10 times more money. And posting more or more visibility is not going to fix that. A revenue-led positioning is a different story, a completely different way of setting up your positioning as an asset. Because visibility, positioning, and messaging are business assets that you need to have very sharp at any level, any stage of your business. Regardless if you're currently making, 10K per month or you're making like 50K per month. This should be sharp at any stage. And here, money really doesn't matter. How much money you make currently doesn't matter. These three assets need to be working on not 100,000% every single day, even if you're not online, even if you're not posting every single day. So revenue-led positioning, what is it? And why is it different? Because it answers what is this current situation costing your ideal buyer, whether it's going to be financially, emotionally, long-term, regardless if it comes if you're a weight loss coach, if you're a health coach, if you are a mindset coach, if you are a business coach or a relationship coach, regardless of your niche. Your content and your positioning should be answering what is this current situation they are in costing them financially, emotionally, long term. What happens if they do not move, if they keep delaying? What patterns will they keep repeating? What are the repeating scenarios they will keep experiencing? They're already so pissed about that, Even when you're speaking, this is not speaking to the pain points. Let's not confuse this. Because even when you're speaking to desires of your ideal clients, yes, let's say your ideal clients want to find the perfect partner and get married, or your ideal client wants to lose weight and keep it, not get it back, or your ideal clients want to not feel nervous when they are showing up on social media. And yes, this is desire-led, but what are they currently experiencing and what are they currently doing that is stopping them from having this result? This is what your content needs to be doing. Also to reframe their beliefs, because most of the people think the problem is X when it is actually Y, and this is where you come in. So the third question is, what is the lever that changes everything? Here is where your offered positioning comes. And in most of the cases, I see tons of content every single day. And when a client comes to work with me, this is one of the main focuses. Because oftentimes this is not clear. Let me give you examples so we can make this clear and real. Let's say you're a weight loss coach. So in most of the cases, most positioning sounds like, I help women lose weight sustainably, or I help busy moms feel confident again. This is more common than you think. And now, this sounds, okay. I could feel more confident than I'm currently if I lose 5 kilos, for example. But, I feel okay anyway. So, I stay in my comfort zone. This doesn't make me move. Now, watch the shift. Inside your offer name, women who have lost and regained the same 5-10 kilos for years finally stabilize their metabolism, so they stop restarting after every diet and sustain a healthy, lean body that makes them feel confident again while eating whatever they want. Did you see how huge the difference is? Now, when I'm reading this, I think, whenever I have tried any kind of a regime or diet or whatever, I lose the weight for a couple of months and then it comes back. But then you tell me, stabilize their metabolism. So I think, there's probably something more than just a diet. And then you say, so they stop restarting after every diet. And this is exactly what I want. and sustain a healthy, lean body. This is the other part, a layer deeper, that makes them feel confident again while eating whatever they want. So I don't want a diet where I cannot have a glass of wine or pizza or pasta sometimes. I want to be able to eat these things and not worry that I will gain these 3, 5, 7 kilos again. So what this revenue-led positioning does? You make the cycle visible, regaining the weight after every diet, for example. And of course, this is like you could adjust it to your offer and your methodology, the way you work. This is just an example. But the cycle is very clear. What is the repeated pattern? This also hits my objection. Yeah, but what would be different? Another diet or what? You made the loss visible. The time loss. Because again, the subconscious objection that I instantly have is, yeah, but I will do this, I will lose the weight for a couple of months and then it is going to come back again. So why would I waste 2-3 months in this and nothing's gonna be really sustainable? And you are making the emotional exhaustion here visible, because usually women are exhausted of trying all modern methods like fasting, like, I don't know, anything else, and not seeing a sustainable result. That this is actually even making the situation worse, because you're stressing your metabolism and your organism with all these different methodologies. And now when I read your post where you have this kind of positioning, this revenue-led positioning, I'm thinking that's literally been me for 5 years. And yeah, I wish I could be able to be lean and fit without these 5 extra kilos and not gaining them back while I'm able to eat pizza, pasta, or enjoy an ice cream or something like that. So this creates instant movement. And when you support this with a little bit of logic, just a sentence or two explaining how this works, not your whole framework, but this is the brilliance lens that I'm going to be teaching inside the Money Making Funnel. And when you support this positioning with one sentence of explaining your brilliant methodology, this is when people do not have objections. They don't even DM you for that 3-month program, but they are DMing you, asking you, how can I work with you one-on-one for the next 6 months or 12 months? This is how I have signed 5K clients on retainers. This is how I have signed 15K clients on retainers, yearly contracts. People coming to work with me long-term because they see, not because they need hand-holding, but because they see how much added value there is in my work. If you are a coach or online business owner and you know your clients are stuck in the same patterns like this one, for example, like the example, but you're still describing your offer in a soft language and not showing your brilliance and not positioning your offer for direct sales, you're protecting their comfort, and comfort kills buying decisions. And it is not in service of your income and not in service of your followers. People who are reading your content, they see nothing different in you. They cannot see your brilliance. The brilliance lens is a huge part of my upcoming Money Making Funnel Masterclass, because so many of you do not show how brilliant you are. You just sound like almost everyone else out there. And this is not how you make insane amount of money. You don't need louder content. You need sharper revenue-led positioning that doesn't sound like every other offer out there. Let me give you another example so the picture can crystallize. So let's take relationship coaching. Most positioning sound like, I help women attract secure love. I help couples communicate better. Yeah, okay, bye. I'm not even stopping the scroll. Yeah, inspiring, but not needed, not transformational, not urgent. Goodbye. Now, the shift. If you are using revenue-led positioning. In this space, we are referring to your offer. Your offer needs to be very clear. In this space, this is an example. High-achieving women who keep attracting emotionally unavailable men break the pattern before they waste another 2-3 years. Here is the cost of inaction and repeating the same thing they are currently doing. Before they waste another 2-3 years in situationships that go nowhere. I'm instantly feeling this in my chest, saying, oh, this is me. I'm so sick and tired of this. And then you take it a layer deeper. You will learn how to read red flags and what a really high-value man does for a woman he loves and values. Oh, interesting. Tell me more. And how to build a relationship that supports you and makes you feel loved and valued. So you finally get that ring. And you can take it a layer deeper and build a healthy family environment, for example. Do you see how huge the difference is? How it is instantly hitting me in my brain, in my heart, in my gut? And now, when she reads this, she starts calculating. I've already wasted 4 years with that guy. He never proposed me. Or she thinks, oh, I'm so tired of finding this same emotionally unavailable man who don't want a relationship. And I stay in situationships for months, and I'm so tired and exhausted of this. And yeah, I need to learn how to read red flags on the second and third date instead of wasting months on this emotionally unavailable man. And I really need to learn how a high-value man is going to treat me. So everything that is below that bar is a no. And her brain starts working. Or if it's a man, it's the same, like. And now when you tell me this, I start thinking, okay, what's the offer? How long is this? Oh, no, I probably even need to work with this person one-on-one. So I'm DMing you. Hi, how can I work with you? Or send me the link for this space. That is a revenue-led positioning. It makes the cost of inaction or delay so obvious, so annoying, that you say, I cannot keep doing this and keep having the same result. Yes, I do want to find a high-value man, someone who loves me and supports me, and I finally get married. So this makes the outcome extremely desired and urgently needed. Like yesterday, not now, yesterday. Send me the link. Revenue-led positioning does 4 things. It names the pattern that is repeated. It names the measurable cost the repeated scenarios, what's not changing, how they keep doing the same and not having the result they want to have. It makes the future consequence visible, clear, even annoying. And it shows long-term transformation. So the reader, the buyer can imagine, can feel this. And as a side effect of this revenue-led positioning, this often leads to upgrades and upsells before you even ask. This is how you get DMs, how can I work with you, even without having likes and engagement on your content. This is how people who were inquiring or were thinking to get into a mid-ticket offer of mine actually said, no, I'm going to sign up for the 3K retainer. Oh, you know what? I will need more time to sustain this result and I will want what I just imagined. So what's the price for 6 months of one-on-one mentorship with you? This is how this happens, using this kind of positioning. When you do that, people don't just resonate, they calculate. And when buyers calculate, this happens very quickly, it's subconscious, this is very premium buyer psychology. When this happens, people move like a lightning. But let me tell you what will happen if this is not set up correctly, because I have seen this millions of times. Sales are slow, your recurring income is low, content feels very heavy, you might be getting some engagement but not actually sales, and your DMs are empty. People are not clicking the link, requesting the link, or they are not DMing you for long-term work. But once this is set up correctly, your content feels lighter because it is precise and on point and correctly positioned. So you start posting less, but it is so brilliant and precise. People see your brilliance as soon as they read this piece of content, and this is how you make quick sales. Like right now, 15 minutes after you posted this piece of content and you already have a sale. Do you know how nice this feeling is? Can you imagine it? Sales calls, if you are doing sales calls, are going to shorter or become unnecessary because there is no objection, there is no hesitation. The buyer reads this and says, yes, I'm in. So they don't need sales calls. DMs convert faster because the buyer already decided internally. So they are not DMing you to ask questions, but to ask for the link or to ask you, what's the price for one-on-one and how can I start? When can I start? And you stop chasing and start attracting and selling directly. So you don't need to educate people so they get it. There is no resistance at all. You're speaking to people who are, this is exactly what I have been looking for. I'm in. They get it immediately and they want in. You're not speaking to the people who are, I don't know if relationship coaching works at all. No, I'm okay with these 5 kilos on me. I don't need a weight loss program right now. There is no this resistance when you're using that revenue-led positioning and when you're showing your brilliance. This is the part most of you actually want. Predictability, not virality for the sake of virality, not applause, but predictable movement and sales. And when you do this the right way, I'm also going to show you how to position your content for distribution, so the algorithm pushes this even though it is a sales content. This is what I'm going to pay special attention inside the Money Making Funnel Masterclass and workshop. So you both get the visibility in front of the right people, so they see you repeatedly. And when they see this piece of content, they instantly buy. So if you're serious about having daily sales, about scaling your business, if you are already investing, if you know your work changes lives and you need to widen your impact, why are you still tolerating that positioning that creates interest instead of decisions, instead of payments? How many more months are you willing to be almost there? If you have people watching consistently, if you have engagement, if you have clients who get results, but no search when you open the doors, or you want to have 20 people instead of 5 people, or you want to have hundreds of people, then the Money Making Masterclass and 3-day workshop is the exact place you need to be right now. Stop with this inspirational positioning. You need an interruptive revenue-led positioning. Inspirational positioning creates fans, maybe some visibility, but I would argue if this is really a visibility strategy. While revenue-led positioning creates buyers, even if you're not going viral. The best part, we can do this in 4 days. Imagine investing 60 or 90 minutes or even 2 hours a day, not more, over the next 4 days and having a lifelong skill and assets. As I said, visibility, revenue-led positioning, and content are business assets. They are not identity issues. These are business assets. Which means once this asset is correctly set up, you can implement right now and make money forever out of this skill. Forever. This is why we have workshop level in this Money Making Funnel Masterclass. Inside, we will adjust or rebuild depending on what you need. Sometimes the shifts are very micro, literally very micro, like when we change 3 words, everything completely shifts. But inside, you're going to get the revenue-led offer framing, so you can implement this to any other offer in future. You will learn the visibility to sale sequence and strategy, so you can use it at any stage of your business. The decision architecture, the buyer psychology, how people are actually moving, when they are actually moving, what makes them move, and the upgrade logic. So you are not having one-off sales, but people are requesting and joining your long-term spaces. So as soon as someone finds you, they don't just think this is nice. This is where the brilliance lens is coming, and I'm going to pay special attention to this because your brilliance really deserves to have a stage, not to be hidden somewhere. And when people find you and land on your profile or see a piece of your content, they don't think this is nice, but they think, I need to hire this person right now. If you have been in my world for a while and you know this is the right shift you need, and you have been watching but not actually moving on this specific masterclass and workshop, I will say this. Staying in observation, because so many people are saying, I know this. Yes, you know it, but you're not implementing this in the practice. I see you daily. And staying in observation mode doesn't change your revenue. Knowing how to play tennis and actually playing tennis and actually becoming number one is not the same thing. Okay? And I see this daily. I look at your profiles, to many people, the content you post, and for the majority of the people, there is no revenue-led positioning. And I see your sales are slow. Again, this is not to judge you, but for you to become aware this needs to change right now. Literally yesterday, last week. And when we are speaking in the DMs, I see, even if you're not saying it directly, I see this is what you need. So your potential could be utilized fully. This is quick and easy to shift for those who move, for those who are ready to make the big money. And since you're here, I know you're the action taker. You don't need another post. You need a structural correction. And it is tiny very often, but it's needed. And if you're done with inconsistent sales, soft positioning that doesn't sell like wildfire, buyers who think about it but don't buy, and sales that depend on mood instead of actually desire and needs of your ideal buyer, this is your window. You are ready to fill that gap and start making sales flow from everywhere. Join the Money Making Funnel Masterclass and 3-day workshop. We start soon. DM me for the details. The price is going up again without prior notification. It's 99 euros right now, but it's going to 249 euros. So hurry up. Action takers have results. I want people who move and who are ready to see sales flowing. Come on. The link is below. Thank you for your time. Feel free to DM me if you have any questions or if you need more details. See you soon. Bye.